One of the things that I love doing on this channel is getting into the actual numbers. We do this for various parts of the country. We have the one and only Beth Traverso, top 1% agent in the country. Talking about King County. How you doing, Beth?
Thank you, Mike. I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me here today. So yeah, we get to talk about what's going on in the local Seattle area market, which is where I am, King County, Washington, and just give a little taste. Of course, everyone's market's going to vary where they are. That's why it's important to pay attention. But I keep particular close eye on what's happening all around me right here. So let's take a look at the November numbers if we want. We can do the screen share here.
Yeah, please. You should have access to that.
And I think I
We're gonna
got
look
it.
at.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can y'all see that?
We can. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Hopefully it's big enough here. So
It is.
the most interesting number I found, let me know what you think, but there's a couple interesting ones on here. This down here for all King County, median change and median sale price at 7.7 was year over year.
That's a year of wow.
Which is pretty impressive for me considering what this year has been like in real estate. So
well, let's talk about that a little bit. Again, I think King County, you've seen a drop in transactions. I think that's fair to say.
We have, it shows here, well, 13% down and closed and 30% almost down for active listings right now. And that's been the case pretty much throughout the year.
So you're down 30% in listings, you're down 13% in transactions, and you're up in price.
You know, it kind of fits the pattern of what we've been talking about. So
it certainly has. It certainly has.
Not a crash, not here.
Not a crash. Not a crash.
If anything, you know, there was a time earlier in the year where it was a little bit negative year over year, but that's when we were comparing to the insanity of 2022. And once that washed out, it's been pretty consistent like this ever since. And so now, comparing to November of 2022, 2023, it's not a bad return, 7.07%.
No, it's above the national average. I think the national average, according to Case Shiller, is like 2.6, or maybe it's 3.1, something like that. So you're almost double the national average.
Yeah, that's what a lot were predicting earlier in the year. People were thinking, you know, the predictions change all the time, and the predictions are usually not correct. But I didn't hear anybody around here predicting 7%.
No. Oh, that would have been pretty ballsy because again, late last year, yeah, you were down. You were negative 22 versus 21.
Yeah. And now all the same people that were doing the predicting are, you know, predicting very, very conservatively going into 2024. But I have a feeling based upon what I'm seeing that we might see something kind of similar next year. One thing, other thing I've seen is that since we did get our year over year numbers past that frothy time, it has been pretty consistent. Just kind of, you know, every month has not been particularly major swings up or down. It's been pretty steady, you know, because of lack of inventory. It's just been the same, you know, really following that same pattern all year. And I don't think that's going to change in a huge way next year, but I think that there are some things shaping up that maybe we'll talk about in the next video about some things that are happening now that I think might give us a little bit of a surge earlier in the year this year, next year than we saw in 2023.
Yeah, there's definitely some things I'm hearing from other agents I want to talk to you about in video number 2.
Yeah.
So this is all of Seattle. And again, we want to give shout out to Northwest Multiple Listing Service for the
Yes, thank you. Northwest Multiple Listing Service needs to get credit where credit is due. They're the ones that put together this chart and allowed us to share it with you today. So
absolutely. So remind me on this map, what is your what's home for you of these areas?
Yeah, so I'm here on the under this east side section, which is 540 here. So we're down 44. We're still down 44.75% in active listings.
Okay. But you're up pendings. Look at that.
Yeah.
So you're down 45% in listings. You're up 32% in activity. You're flat on price.
Yeah, zero your month is price.
And and you got a month's supply.
Yeah. The east side where I am tends to be kind of the canary in the coal mine, although that kind of has a negative whatever happens in the greater Seattle area market seems to happen more intensely and more quickly on the east side.
Okay.
it can very easily on a dime just switch to multiple offers and crazy bidding wars, and then that switch can get just as quickly flipped off and things switch back down. So it's very reactive. And so that's why this doesn't surprise me at all. Like last month, it was showing prices were up significantly, but it may also, sometimes the east side is also where the most expensive listings tend to be. So if a
Right.
$15 million house sells, it's going to skew the numbers for that month. So
Yeah. When you
and
look
the
at
year-over-year
all of,
numbers might be weird too.
yeah, when you look at all, am I reading this right? All of East Side is down 36% in listings,
Yeah.
up 9%. That's how I read this chart.
Yeah. Right. Mhm.
Okay, got it. And then
Yeah.
you're
This
up
is the entire east
6% on
side,
price.
which is
Got it.
kind of where all the tech companies are mostly headquartered, and where the suburbs are, the more higher priced suburb areas outside the urban core.
Yeah.
Seattle here is going to be the urban
yeah.
core.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're at 4.3.
So and again, I want to stress, this is wild to me because this is November.
Yeah.
November had 8% mortgage rates.
It did. And so I was very curious to see what that was going to do here, because I know that it got very quiet. Maybe that's why all of a sudden there's no, this went to zero here on the east, in my area of the east side. Could very well be because of that. Because I know that for what I was seeing on my listings was activity was way down. People were far more hesitant. Offers were coming in lower. And now that the interest rates have been creeping down, it's been recovering pretty quickly as well.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We're going to make that video number 2 because, again, I think November is going to be interesting because it was the month with 8% mortgages. But we've seen quite a change in December with rates, and I'm guessing activity is going to change up. But before we do that, Beth, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, buy or sell in King County, or better yet, get a referral to a top 1% agent, how would they do that?
Someone can reach out to me real easily through BethTraversogroup.com, or find me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm out there and happy to chat with people. I love connecting with the one rental at a time community.
Yeah. Folks, trust me, if you want to buy or sell a home, you want to work with the best of the best, Beth comes back every week, and she is your point of contact to find someone in your area. Beth, you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.